This is Coach Lee, and I'm going to talk to you about when to make a move based on what your ex does. So this has been a very popular question in the comments, or people email me, or they have a coaching call with Coach Ken or Coach Rex, and they ask these things, and a lot of it's covered in the emergency breakup kit, but I thought I'd give you a little bit here in a video. So do you make a move when they contact you? The answer is yes, but it's a certain kind of move. And through each of these points, I'm going to give you 5 and a bonus. I'm going to tell you what kind of move to make, because you don't just jump 100% based on everything, based on every move. So even when you see your ex coming towards you, making some of that effort that demonstrates they want to get back together, it doesn't mean that you respond to all of them the same. So the first one is when they contact you. Yes, you do need to do something. As you know, if you've seen many of my videos, I do not suggest that you ignore your ex when they reach out, because usually that will blow up in your face. And coaches who suggest that, as best I can tell, just don't have enough experience to tell you otherwise. Because when you ignore someone who reaches out to you, first of all, it's rude. Second of all, a good percentage of them will think it's pointless to try to contact you because you do not want to talk to them. You're ignoring them. Who wants that rejection? People don't want that rejection. Men don't. Women don't. So if your ex is one of those, I suggest you don't ignore them when they reach out. And that's your move, not ignoring them. I'm not saying that you lay the red carpet out and that you get emotional or that you tell them how terrible you've been without them and how glad you are to hear from them, but a casual, polite response like a mature adult. It also shows that you're not angry, that you have such a wonderful life, that you're not an angry person. It will help you going forward if they feel like they can contact you, because that means if they're ready to get back together, rather than think that you're going to pout or be mad or ignore them, they at least know they can tell you. And that is how you actually get back together. More on that in a minute. Number 2, when your ex apologizes. Now, a lot of people say, what do I do when they apologize? If they say, I'm sorry for the breakup, it was a mistake, what do I say back? First of all, you need to be careful here, because this can be your ex baiting you to really assure them that you have not gotten too far away. What I'm saying is that your ex could apologize for the breakup, but not be fully there yet in terms of ready and wanting to get back together with you. They could be in this stage beforehand, which is more of a curiosity stage. And I do talk about stages your ex goes through in one of my other videos called Stages Your Ex Goes Through During No Contact. And I talk about the curiosity stage. It is the most vulnerable stage for you because you can misinterpret things. That's why it's so good to be casual and polite and reserved. But when they apologize, what they're wanting to hear, if they're not interested in getting back together with you just yet, if they're not sure, they want you to say, it's okay, I'm still here waiting, and I'm going to still be here waiting. They're wanting you to take away the consequences. And we live in a world where nobody wants consequences. We want to be able to do anything at all and only get the good and have none of the bad. And one of the most important things in social dynamics is teaching people that you will not spare them of the negative consequences if they mistreat you. That doesn't mean that you mistreat them or try to get revenge, but it does show that you will reach a point where you have had enough and you will back away. You will be reserved and unsure if you want to interact with them in the future. It's really very simple, and it's one of the most mature things you can do. That's why I talk about giving someone the breakup when they want to break up with you. One of the most mature things you can do is give them what they want. If that's what they think they want, it would be attempting to control them to try to do otherwise. That doesn't mean that you don't say that you disagree or that you do want the relationship and you think this is a mistake, but you do not fight and you do surrender to give them over to themselves. And you have to do that with a lot of things in life, and you have to do it with a breakup. So when your ex apologizes, keep that in mind. You are giving them what they want, which is the breakup. And right now what they're saying is, by apologizing, is that they regret the breakup in some way. Now, one way is that they think that you might be too far away and they're wanting you to tell them that you're not. So they regret that maybe you got too far away and they don't want to have to think about that right now or deal with potential consequences. And so they're wanting you to fix that for them. But remember, you're giving them the breakup. And so your job is not to take away the consequences. As a matter of fact, your job is to give them the consequences. And so when they apologize, rather than making it clear that they could get you back whenever they want to and that you will be waiting indefinitely, forever, in backup plan mode, what you do is, in a very cool twist, you give them what they want while also yanking the carpet out from under them. And what I mean by that is that you alleviate them of any concern that they've done lasting damage to you. Sure, it hurt, but you will move on. You will be fine. You will live forward. So don't you worry much about it. That needs to be your attitude. And so, in a way, you're giving them what they want. But in another way, you are making them sit on the consequences of what they have done. So when they reach out and apologize, you say, I appreciate your apology. Or just simply say, I appreciate that. But don't worry, I'm good. Hope you are as well. Just like that. Really simple. I appreciate that, but don't worry, I'm good. I hope you are as well. Beautiful in its simplicity. And it does exactly what you need. It does not alleviate their curiosity, but it gives them what they say they want, which is forgiveness. They still get the breakup, but they don't have to worry that they've hurt you. And at first this seems counterintuitive. A lot of people want their ex to know that they're hurting, and I understand. But your ex needs to have to sit with the concept that you are over them, that you are potentially over them. I mean, it's all a big mystery because of the way that you responded. And so they have to think that they are not so super attractive and sexy that you can't walk on, move on, and live on. They need to have to wrangle with that one in their head. And that's what happens when you give them that response when they apologize. So that's your move when your ex apologizes. Before I get to the third move, take a quick second and subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when I have more videos like this. Number 3, your ex tries to kiss you. So this one is going to take a little work on your part because you need to try to determine what situation you're in. Because if your ex has said, I want to get back together, if they have just laid it all out on the table and actually asked you and you two have agreed on that, then of course, kiss them all you want. Have at it. But if they have just asked to meet up, if you two have just been talking and they haven't actually said those things, then you handle it a little bit differently. This is a good way that you can handle it. When they lean in to kiss you, go ahead, accept their kiss and kiss them back. But keep it a short kiss, 3 seconds or so. Then lean back and smile. Try to make this lighthearted. Don't make this a hard, cold rejection where you're going to show them, because that will blow up in your face most likely. It will make them mad. It can cause some big friction. They can even think, I'm glad I got away from this person, because it's cold. It hurts. It feels like rejection. And yes, I know your ex is the one who broke up with you, and it's like there's a double standard because they rejected you, but they don't see it that way. And remember the old saying, you get more flies with honey than you do vinegar, I guess. But after that kiss has happened, the short kiss, just lean back and kind of smile at them and say, well, you're a little rusty, and just smile. Be playful. A lot of it's up to you because some people just feel too reserved with what's going on to kiss or do more than kissing. In some situations, it can definitely bring the two of you closer together. Kissing and physical acts of love create incredible intimacy and feelings of closeness. As a matter of fact, they create chemicals in your brain. One of them is oxytocin that actually causes the two of you to feel close and to feel connection. So I'm not saying it's all a bad thing. It's just you need to move slowly with it. Don't just jump right into it. One thing you can say is if they keep trying to kiss you and you still feel that reserve, or your situation needs you to show reserve in order to keep them coming towards you and not just thinking that they've totally gotten you back, then what you can do is you can, again, playfully, lightheartedly say, that's as far as I'm going to go on a first date. And joke around a little bit with it. They may say, well, it's not our first date. And you can just say, well, it is in a way. They'll know what you mean. But try not to get confrontational. Try to change the subject. Try to make a joke. Be playful. Keep it light. And if the situation's right, that is, if they have told you things like how much they've missed you, how they want you back, things like that, then being physical, kissing them, that's actually a positive thing. Just try to keep it slower than it would have been if you two were together. Try to show some reserve, but not rejection. So number 4, the move you make when your ex contacts you regularly. And this is important because reaching out once is a little bit mysterious to you. A lot of times people ask me, what does it mean? He reached out last week. I haven't heard from him. She reached out a few days ago and that was it. That means that your ex, your cake, is not done baking in the oven. But if they are in regular contact with you, this usually means that they are right on the edge of saying something to you that basically means they want to get back together. It's difficult. I talk to a lot of people who have broken up with their ex and they want to get back together with them. And they tell me it is difficult because they fear rejection. They think you're mad at them. They feel guilty over breaking up with you in the first place. And because they don't know exactly how to go about it. They don't know the words to say. They don't know if they're supposed to kind of do a little bit and see if you meet them halfway, because they don't want to go overboard. They don't want to push you away or scare you away. And so understanding that is key. And so when they are contacting you on a regular basis, just know the move for you is to gradually increase your initiation. And by gradually, I really mean gradually. Let them initiate most of the time, but you have got to help them feel a little bit of progress and a little bit of confidence in being able to raise this with you to the point that they feel like they are able to ask you to be back in the relationship with them or to express that they really are thinking about that without feeling like it would be something that you would turn down. And so if you two begin interacting and they feel that you do initiate some of the time, but not all the time. As a matter of fact, not even half of the time, more like 30% of the time. And again, this is when they are contacting you on a regular basis. When that is happening, there should be some sense of balance, even though it's not cleanly 50-50. Number 5, one that's mentioned a lot. What do I do when they refer to me as their boyfriend, as her boyfriend, or as his girlfriend? What do I do because we're broken up? Well, this is clearly a sign that they are seeing a future with you again, that they are at least entertaining the idea and thinking the breakup could have been a mistake, but it also can mean that they really feel this way and they don't want to have to directly ask you. And so they make this smooth backdoor mention or introduction that you are their significant other, using that title, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is you're using. It can be Papa Smurf or Smurfette for all I care, but you know what I'm saying. So what do you do there? Because you want to give them the breakup. You want them to have to experience the consequences. And really, if they are to this point, they have to a large degree, and they are where you want them to be. You want to be together. And they are at that point where they're actually describing the two of you as together, which is a big step. It's one thing to say that you regret the breakup. It's another thing to say, I want to get back together. But it is yet another thing to actually speak it, to say it to other people, to say it in a crowd, to introduce you as such. That's a good thing. That's a big deal if you want to get your ex back. And that's where do not make it to where this becomes an issue and you've got to question them on it and they've used that label. Just let it be. Start acting that way again. Because if they introduce you that way and they say it that way, then you are giving them again what they want. And it just happens to be what you want. When you want the same thing, then move forward. And that's what I suggest you do. If they want to talk about it, that's fine. But if they don't, just start enjoying the relationship again. You will have a time, and there should be a time when you talk about issues, things you need to improve on, maybe what caused the breakup, but not all at once. You don't just sit there and go over every single thing that could have caused it. And you don't make this into a regular thing. It's an occasional thing, something that is not normal. Because your normal in a relationship should be growing in intimacy, enjoying each other, making peace for each other in a world of chaos. And the negatives, the strife, the getting this off my chest should actually be in the minority. There will be a time for it, but the general rule that your parents probably taught you was, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. And that works most of the time with relationships as well. You will have an opportunity, and you will not explode if you don't tell them about it. Focus on positive experiences. I provided a link below to my emergency breakup kit. Before I get to the next bonus point, take a sec and look at the information about the kit. It's the emergency breakup kit, and it's a guide to getting your ex back. It's at myexbackcoach.com. So the bonus move is, what is your move when your ex talks about the future? This is such an important thing because when your ex is talking about a future with you, that means they have given it some thought. It also means that they are wanting to have some intimacy with you even in that moment, because when you talk about a future with someone, we will do this, we've got to do this again, I want this with you, that is an intimacy building moment. It's powerful, it's important. But what do you do when you two are broken up and your ex has just kind of started talking to you again, and all of a sudden they start talking about the future again as though you two are together? Similar to the second point I made, that was the one about apologies. It's important that you be careful, because your ex could be baiting you. They could want to feel some of that again, or at least feel that you would take them back by agreeing to this future. For example, you're broken up, but all of a sudden they're talking about when you two get married, or they're talking about a trip you're going to take. How do you respond to that while making sure that you give them the breakup, but at the same time, you're not pushing them away or making it difficult for them to get back together with you? There are a couple different ways you can approach this. And remember, keep this light, maybe even playfully and jokingly. But you could say something like, well, that's going to be really difficult with us broken up, but okay. Or you take the assumptive response that I've talked about in other videos, which is where you say, well, I'm open to that, but I want to take things one day at a time. And so basically you are not rejecting them, but you're also not giving it all back to them at once. And so it gives them a little bit of progress, which we all need progress. If we think that we're doing something and we're not getting anywhere with what we're doing, we're going to stop. That's just human nature. So giving them a little bit of progress, but also keeping human nature in mind, not giving it all back to them, is your move. And so those are some actions and responses that I suggest with your ex.